friends, welcome to virtual class of English. So children, what can you see in the picture? Look at the following picture and discuss with your partner what is happening to the man lying on the ground. You can see your man is lying on the ground. So what is happening with this man? Okay, now we are going to discuss about this chapter in the land of Liliput, and this is the seventh chapter of English Reader. So, children, this is a man lying on the seashore. You can see this is a seashore. Okay, this is a bank of a sea, a beach of sea, where this man is lying and he is fainted. He is not awake. He is not in his senses. And what other people are doing, you can see one man is trying to one man is holding the ladder and one man has climbed upon him, and you can see other small sized men, they are trying to wake him up. Okay, so you can see this is a giant man. This is a giant man, and all other men standing around him, they all are very small in size. So this is going to be very interesting story in the land of Lilliput. So let's start it. So what's there in part 1, children? In part 1, the man, he himself is narrating his story about this incident. What he is saying: when I woke up, I realized I was lying on the seashore. Thought I felt weak. Though I felt weak, I tried to stand up. My legs did not move. I tried to touch my legs, but my hands seemed stuck to the ground. I was frightened. I raised my head to look around, and what I saw was hard to believe. Countless little men surrounded me. Some even walked on my body. They were so tiny that they had used tiny ladders to climb upon me, to tie me up with leather strips. Had I all of a sudden become a giant? Or were these men dwarfs gathering all the courage I had left in me? I asked, where am I? Who are you? A man who stood on my stomach replied, you are in Lilliput. Since you are not Lilliputian like us, we have to make you a prisoner. So this man is saying that when I woke up, I realized that I am lying on a seashore, I am lying on a beach, and some tiny legs, some tiny creatures, some tiny men, they are around me and they are trying to tie me up with leather ropes, and I was stuck to the ground. Okay, I was frightened. He was really scared of them. He was thinking, he looked around him and he saw many tiny creatures, many dwarf men there. Dwarf means short heighted men there. So he thought that had I become a giant, or these men are very small or very tiny okay. So gathering all the courage, he was gathering the courage that time, and he asked them, who are you and where I am? So they replied that you are Lilliput, you are in Lilliput. Okay, so what that place was, it was Lilliput. The name of the place was Lilliput. Why Lilliput? Because everyone was very small there. So they all said that, they replied, one man replied that you are in Lilliput, and as you can see that you are a giant and you are not a Lilliputian. Okay, like us, you are not short heighted like us, you are not dwarf, you are not tiny like us, so we have to make you prisoner. Soon you can see that all those men, all those tiny creatures, they put this giant man on this platform. You can see in the picture. So he asked them, what are you doing? I screamed nervously. He shouted nervously, what are you doing? You are being taken to the emperor, I was told. Then one man replied that we are taking you to the emperor, the king of this land, the king of Lilliput, in the palace. I was taken to the emperor's chamber. The people, they took him to the room to the hall where emperor used to sit. The emperor seemed to be wise. The emperor was very wise, very nice in nature. Who are you? He asked him. Emperor asked Gulliver, who are you and what are you doing in my kingdom? He asked in booming voice. I began to explain. He began to explain. Then he started explaining. My name is Lemuel Gulliver, Your Majesty, my lord. I am an English sailor, and people say that I am brave and courageous. I stopped to see the emperor's reaction. Then emperor's reaction was null. He stopped giving any reaction to whatever he was saying that time. He was listening carefully. Emperor, the king of that land, was listening to him carefully. So I continued. So he continued talking to him. He continued telling him that who he was. I powerful, a powerful. Then he explained further. A powerful storm wrecked our ship. A powerful storm wrecked means broke our ship. I fought against the storm and swam for many days. Swam, swim, swam. This is the second form of swim. Okay, so children, he is saying that he swam for many days and nights in the sea. Luckily, he reached the seashore. Then finally, he reached there on the seashore on the beach of Liliput. Now I lay down as I felt very means tired. He was very tired, weak, and hungry that time. I think I must have fainted. So he was fainted that time. That's why he couldn't awake. And they all men, all tiny creatures, they were trying to wake him up. So he was fainted that time. I remember is finding myself tied up by your men, and when I woke up, okay, that time I found myself tied by your men, okay, with leather ropes. Then the emperor, who listened attentively, okay, this part we will do in next uh, video. So thank you children, and have a nice day. I hope you all have understood this much. Thank you. Bye bye.